If you lot just saw me a minute ago, I was like, oh my god, look, the show's supposed to start. It's 8 p.m. You know when you get the notification or when you see the thing on the screen that says go live, go live. I'm there just doing everything, trying to start on time, but listen, we're here. I'm one up again, and I don't really business because, bro, yesterday was. Hold on, I saw a comment. Yeah, old tight Simi Tech RS. Tunde, hold on, I'm being rude in it. First, before I start reading comments and going into the show, it would be remiss of me not to start the show in the magical words of dream it, believe it, become it. And usually there would be some pork pie looking brother next to me that says, come on up, not down, come on up. But my bro is otherwise engaged um in what is it? Oh, what was it? It's not me, it's like I don't know, presentations or what have you. But yeah, Spencer is not with us. He said he was gonna join us again. The link's been sent, but I don't know where Spence is. So yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we start tonight's Sunday show. Again, I said, nah, there's no way I'm not keeping the consistency. We have to be consistent under any means necessary. There has been times when I'm at work and Spencer has to cover for me and run the show on his own. And I guess this is what's happening today. I'm running it on my own, but it's all good. Everyone knows the energy's there. Anyway, let me big up the people. The first man or woman in the dance. I can never know because sometimes you can have some I don't know some you just don't know by people's names nowadays. I saw my friend Ella. She was doing a presentation on a mic, and she said she was welcoming Dave. But I'm saying, Nolan, it sounds like a woman to me. It sounds like a woman, but apparently it's a stage name and everything like that. But yeah, Dave was a woman. So the point I'm making is whether it's a man or a woman, there is a screensaver, but I can't even say. But old type Simi Tech RS, first man or woman in the building. Old type AAV develops OPE. Jermaine Williams, you don't know. Come on. Mr. E. Francis, Daniel J. Boating, Lee S. Philip Answer, Steve Bailey, His Excellency, Jammer, Edna Good, the one and only Edna, the lovely, the beautiful Becky Hells from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. See, people's tuning from Puerto Rico. You know how this thing goes. Hold tight, Bobby Wright, the one and only Mr. Bobby Wright, Air Max 90 King, Tyrone Booth, Joe Barrow, Ro Marengo, Ashley Walker, KNG, Camel, old tight Rob Mayer. How you doing, Rob? I never saw you last night. Still, was you last night? I didn't. I'm sure I would have recollected your name if I or remembered your name if I saw it. I don't know where he was yesterday, but old tight Rob Mayer in the dance. Old tight Thomas J. Riley. Old tight Guzzy. Old tight Andy B28. Damian Charles. Dotty Girl. Come on, Dotty Girl. Old tight beauty. The beauty of the pencil. That is a powerful name. The beauty of the pencil, not the pen, The beauty of the pencil. I like that. I actually like that name so much. Old tight, the beauty of the pencil. Old tight Tenko Mako. Nas, Will, Mo, Fire, Hassan 7. Let's go. You know about mate? You know about mate? Old tight evening. So yeah, I think I've done the preamble, the opening, the beginning of the show. Simi Tech says Tunde was on fire last night. That was the best show ever for me. Tunde made it so much more exciting. The energy was nothing but amazing, awesome, so funny as well. Could go on, my brother. Tunde, one love, two love, three love, four love. Come on, OPE says, what a performance by Gala. It was so surprising how he won the fight and how much he controlled it. Big up to Galal, Yafai. And we are definitely, it's the main topic to be fair, to be honest, today, and we will be touching it. And I really want to hear everyone's thoughts and opinion of the fight. Also, the corner work. Also, the announcement of the retirement. Also, whether the fact that what your thoughts are on knowing that you don't want to be there, making the public think that we got a fight, and then after round 1 or 2, you're saying, you know what, I don't even want to be here. I want to hear what people's got to say about that, because I wasn't really feeling that. But anyway, Sonny knew what he was doing. Daniel J. Boating says, greetings all. Gala put on a serious shift yesterday. I believe Sonny will be back. Surely that can't be the fight he retires on. Top fighter, Sonny. And I totally agree with you. Sonny Edwards is a top fighter. Lee S. Evening Tunde Spence. Well, there's no Spence. And chat. Therefore, that time again. Let's go. Lee S. also says Tunde single-handedly carried the show last night and smashed the comms out of the park. Great show. Come on. Old type Steve Bailey. Evening and blessings all. That was some performance by Gala. Yafai was great to see the mutual respect between the two of them at the end. Definitely. His Excellence says, yes, brothers. Tunde, will you sign my microwave? You always say that, and you always on this blow my kiss thing. Coos are set outside the microwave. I don't know how you get the microwave down to me though, because I'll be sending it in a post, DHL, and I sign it, or maybe I meet you at a boxing event or something. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but it'd be my pleasure to sign your microwave. No problem. Edna says, evening, brothers. There's no brothers. It's just me. One up. Tyrone Booby says, blessings upon blessings to each and all in the chat, apart from the curses, wretched Bishop. One Bishop. Bishop's not, bro, we ain't seen Bishop for a hot minute. So whoever was paying him to be a bot, you know, when he come in, we just gotta just eradicate him from the scene. But I'm sure he's watching. I'm sure he's waiting for an opportunity to say something negative and for us to respond. Joe Barrow, Gwyn won last night. Sonny has been brilliant for boxing and wishing him the best on his new ventures. He made money and has his health and was very successful. What more can you wish for in boxing? And Joe, I couldn't have put it better. That was a brilliant way to put that. Yesterday's show was lit. Where was Spence? Bro, Spence is going to have to answer for himself. Ashley Walker, I'm all good. King Camel, big up turn. Good evening. All right, listen, we know where it is. Let us start. No other place but. Oh, type Miss Levy H. Come on. You know this. Oh, no. I got to read these comments. Rob Mayer, Sonny has been an excellent fighter and world champ. I admire his honesty and authenticity. Great communicator and pundit. Wish him all the best. So, I mean, listen, there's a resounding pattern here, and that is most people, if not everyone, that has commented on Sonny Edwards and his career has commented in a very, very positive manner. I know Sonny is the king at winding people up, but ultimately he's had a good career, as someone mentioned in the chat, and you know he loves the sport. And I think for him to, if he has actually bowed out at the age of 28, I think he couldn't have done it better. He's done it with money in the bank. He's made money. He must, well, I don't know his purse. I don't really know. Sometimes you see, man, you think they're making money, but they ain't really made real money. And then it's your perception of what is real money. But I'll take it. He's made money. The main thing is that he's got all of his faculties in place, in check at present. So, bro, like, no need to continue. You know the game's up. The game's up, in your opinion. You know you don't want to just be a so random and you're just fighting for fighting's sakes. You've competed. You've been a world champion. You defended the belt 4 times, the IBF 4 times. You took an almighty step up, you know, and face a formidable champion in Jesse Bam Rodriguez. Came up short, and then last night you came up short against someone who is a Terminator. Galal Yafai is a Terminator. Sorry, I keep saying you, but he's 31 years old. He's older than Sonny Edwards. Yeah. But that fighter, that young man is on some serious smoke. Daniel J. Boateng, he is on serious, 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 grievous bodily harm. That's what we saw last night. Grievous bodily harm, GBH. If he was on the street, he would have been arrested. From the first round, he would have been immediately arrested for putting his hands on Sonny like that. That was, oh mate, that was what you call a beatdown. It was a true beatdown. And you know what? Gala, or it might have been his brother, Kyle. Is it Kyle? Might be Kyle, one of them. I did read a tweet today, which I definitely agreed with. And that was everybody saying that wasn't the real Sonny in there and this and that. But hold on, as I quite rightly said or repeated on the show prior to the fight, Sonny Edwards, because remember I did say that, you know, we can't really come at the angle of the effects of the Bam Bam fight because he came back and dominated. And if not for the cut, you know, it would have been just a whitewash. It was a domination of Cruel, you know, Adrian Cruel. I think I'm saying it properly. And Sonny was boxing. It was a wizard in there. It was a wizard. I was like, hold on. Is this the man that just knocked out Chashinki or whatever his name is? He bust him up. He bust him up. Sonny literally boxed his ears off. So I couldn't even come from that angle that, you know, there was wear and tear and damage from the Bam Bam fight. Sonny was looking tremendous in that Cruel fight. So we have to just give Galal the credit he deserves. And that was last night, he put on a workshop. No, bro. You think I'm joking? You actually think I'm joking? It was literally grievous bodily harm. And you know what? Because tonight I'm on my own, I'm gonna put the link in the bio. Anyone who wants to join on the show, here we go. See, I'm doing everything. See, I don't need money. Money's in Dubai. Spencer is somewhere about on his travels, and I'm just here. Ota Alfie back. Sonny is a great talker. He could have a good career on TV as a boxing pundit. Yeah, but again, I have to say this: nothing is easy. Nothing's easy. It takes effort. It takes dedication. It takes motivation. And I think first, what Sonny will probably want to do is just have a little rest. And if there is a role in TV for him, he definitely can talk a good game, and he loves the sport. Then I think definitely should be headed in that direction. Does he like working with fighters in terms of, we know he manages a few fighters. Does he like being in the gym? To me, Sonny appears someone who's very multifaceted and can do a number of things. But the most important thing is that he is retiring from boxing. He's not letting boxing retire him, which happens, unfortunately, to so many fighters. They let boxing retire them. Next thing, a couple years later, they mash up. Sorry. I'm using the street lingo again. Man said a couple years later, they mash up. No, but everyone knows what I'm talking about. I don't even know why I'm that. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. Few years later, you see guys twisted, bent up, and it's not a laughing matter. But that's it. That's what boxing can do to you. You know, so it's very important that you have the right team around you. You have people around you that love you, that generally don't want to just see you keep on, you know, being cannon fodder for young up and coming fighters. Again, talking about older fighters and younger fighters, we are going to touch on the Gavin Gwynn. Yeah, you don't know Peckham English. Yeah, it's Peckham English. Yeah, mashup. Yeah, we have to talk on the. Hold on. It's gonna like people are gonna like they never saw the link. Bro, don't be shy. Nobody don't be shy in this thing. Don't be shy. Press the link. Come in. Let's have a conversation. We're always having a conversation. Let me say, big up Jamie E. Professional. His young Gunn moved to 9-0 last night. I think it's 9-0, Jay, isn't it? Kyle Davis, you know, another young man. I've watched him grow. And you know, the best thing about Kyle is such a likable, very respectful young fighter. And again, I think last night getting a stoppage and moving his record to 9-0, moving into the new year. And it won't be long before a TV promoter picks him up. You know, as long as he keeps doing what he's doing, I'm quite sure because he lives the sport, he loves the sport. I feel that he being around certain athletes and certain other boxers and world champions and world title challengers and world-class setups, he is fully aware of what it takes to get to the very top of the sport. So please, everyone, keep a lookout for young Kyle Davis, my guy, one of my prospects for 2024. Now we'll be moving into 2025. Now, old tight D2S Ray. Good evening, sir. Can you hear me, Ray? I've clicked you in, mate. Can you hear me? I don't know if there's a problem, Ray, but I've definitely clicked you in. Ray's gone. Maybe there's a connection, or maybe he thought that it wasn't real. You know, sometimes when people's talking to Tunde, they're like, "Oh, am I really getting put on live?" You know, like, that could actually have happened. But Ray, come back through, man. Come back through the dance. Let's have a conversation. Oh, tight Jay, yeah, big up. It'd be good to get Kyle on. You know that man was like, "Oh my god, I'm really," you know. You know, like you're probably thinking, "Oh my goodness gracious, mum, I'm on live." I'm on live with Tun. I just chanced it and it actually went through. Nah. Come true, Ray. I know Ray's a big man anyway. I know he's not on that. But let's see what Ray's saying. And let me tell you something. If it's any of these nonsense people coming on to just talk nonsense and criticize, straight blockage, instant blockage. But anyway, Ray, you there,
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo, yeah, no, I'm not even. You know what? I respect Tunde, bro. But you know, bro, I'm a man of the people, bro. We got to ask, bro. There's one thing the roads want to know right now, bro. Buatsi versus Yarde. What go on?
Bro, you know what? Listen, we'll talk about it. Let me bring in Bobby Wright, because Bobby Wright's here as well. You know, you see what's going on.
Yeah.
You see what's going on. Hold on. Now I got to make the people be in front. Hold on, wait there. How do I rearrange this? Let me go down here. Yeah, and let you. No, that still looks like I'm the main man of the. Yeah. All right. So you're first, Ray. Bobby's up there and I'm down here. All right. So, I mean, I can, as I said on TalkSport, I can only speak for Ant, you know, and myself as his manager and trainer. And with us, it's never complicated. You know, because, you know, like certain people, you got to go through this team member, that lawyer, this lawyer, the brethren, the auntie, the cousin, the uncle, and everyone's coming with pure talk, pure cap. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying it here on The Fight Is Right. I said it on TalkSport. I've said it on Twitter. I've said it on Instagram. I've said it on every media platform that is available. Anthony Yarde has never ducked any smoke. We have even gone onto a man's platform. A man even went onto Sky Sports Studio. Anthony Yarde pointed at the camera and said, "Me and Buatsi have to get it on." So I find it so frustrating that people would still ask us what going with the fight. Sorry.
A better question then, because look, I'm a big fan of Yarde. Met him, blessed guy, but you know, it's been very start-stoppy. So I guess the best question is, what do you think is getting in the way? Because I don't feel like, having seen Yarde, being a fan of Yarde, I don't think he's scared of anyone. He's a warrior. He'll stand in the ring. I don't think Buatsi's scared. I think they both want it. So yeah, what do you think is
but this is what I'm trying to say. You can't say this is what I was trying to show Adam Smith about being very, one thing about me, I'm very aware and conscious how I speak to people because I never want to offend people. Yeah. But from my understanding and my time in boxing, if two fighters want to fight, they'll fight. You get what I'm saying? So the point is, if I'm telling you, and the fighter that I represent, the fighter that I work for, because I work for Anthony. Anthony doesn't work for me. I work for Anthony Yarde. Yeah. If I am telling you we want the fight, the fighter Anthony Yarde is telling you we want the fight, not the promoters, not the promoters.
Surely Shalom wants the fight because it's probably his biggest fight.
I haven't heard cool man's name. Even last night, this is why I'm not giving them no energy. I'm like, hold on. You're mentioning names and you're trying to not mention our name.
Okay. That's crazy.
So you see, you get it. You get it. And this is what I'm trying to say. This is a fight. This is a fans thing now. The fans have to get involved. Anytime they're trying to, thank you, Jamie. Anytime they're trying to push out another narrative, it is down to the fans because I'm telling you, the fans are the power.
I have a question. It's a difficult question, but do you think Frank Warren could help with this? Is that relationship done? How are you feeling about it? Because the feeling from the fans is that Frank helped this situation happen. That's what from the outside it feels like.
Again, it's a brilliant question, and I've publicly made it known. Frank has always been my man, and I feel that in terms of relationships that I've had in boxing, I've only ever had a relationship with Frank in all of these years, bro.
Okay.
I've never had a relationship with nobody else. So I will never allow, and in the 20 years or so, I've had fighters with Frank, I've had fighters leave Frank, but I've always remained. I've always remained. Frank Warren has always been my guy. I will never, ever, regardless of anything that happens, because I understand something. One, the main thing I understand is that boxing is a business.
Yeah.
And as a business person, you want to do the best deal. And then obviously you come together and you negotiate and rare. And then, you make the deal. I've never felt there's a need for anyone to be angry or, you see what I'm saying? There's no need for that, because at the end of the day, everything is about business. When you come to boxing, that's why it's called prize fighting. So there's never, on my side, I can only speak for myself. I mean, I am speaking for myself. I don't have no problem with Frank. I don't have no problem with Eddie Hearn.
Would you work with Frank again?
Why not?
Okay, that's good, because we want to see it, and he seems to be
again. Listen, I'm quite sure in the future I ain't going nowhere. So it's boxing. There are only a few players, and everyday boxing is changing the whole landscape of boxing. You got MVP boxing now. They're bringing another a scope to boxing. I hear Dana White is coming into boxing. That announcement is going to get made very soon. The Fight is Right special there. Netflix are in boxing. It's just boxing at the end of the day. So I've never got a beef with Frank, and I keep saying this. I don't know. Sometimes it's misinterpretation, and I feel that that's the beauty of having my own platform. Because I won't allow anybody to write a narrative about me that's not true.
Yeah, I hear you, bro.
You get what I'm saying? Without saying nothing. And I did hear something. Let me tell you something. Unless it comes from my mouth, nobody hear about any rumors about me doing anything. Because one thing which is solid about Tunde Ajayi, and which everybody knows inside and outside of boxing, I stand on my word. I've just never, that's all I can do. I can stand on I ain't got nothing else apart from that. My word, and if my word is bond. And so we all know what boxing is about. What I'm saying is going back, I'm elongating it because there's passion involved in what I'm saying. the point I'm making is that nobody can tell me both fighters want this.
Yeah.
It's only one fighter that wants this.
Do you not think Josh wants it then? Do you not think?
Well, then why isn't it happening?
That's what I'm like, because I would think Ben Shalom would.
So then you man have to ask Josh, what are you asking me for? What, bro,
is Ben not speaking to you saying,
my man is on a silent thing. My man is on a silent thing, yeah?
That's crazy.
That's his nature. But what I'm trying to say is, you can't be silent in professional top class boxing.
Ben shouldn't be silent right now. Ben shouldn't be silent.
You can't be silent right now. You have to talk. You have to talk. And it don't make sense your brethren talking for you. You have to talk. Because I'm being directed these questions. Anthony Yarde is being directed these questions. We've answered the question over and over again. But what we have also said is that JB's not the only game in town.
Yeah.
But if we are here to please the fans, if we are here to give the fans what they want, then it's quite evident and obvious that's the fight that they want. They don't want no Willie Hutchison fight.
Because of the story.
Who made that up?
Yeah.
You're talking about, I saw an interview with Buatsi the other day. Sorry, Rob and Bob. But I saw an interview with Buatsi the other day because I'm watching, man. Yeah, no, I'm the manager. The fighters don't need to watch, but I'm a manager and trainer, so I have to watch while I go on. And I'm like, hold on, you are asking the interviewer, what fight would you want to see? Yarde, and I'm not even calling the other brother's name just because they're not calling our name, yeah?
Yeah.
And the interviewer said, what are you talking about? There's no other fight.
Tund. But if he wants that fight, surely he should be saying AY. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you. Say that again, Bob. Let me put you in the front here now. Wait, Bob. Go ahead, Bob.
So if Joshua Buatsi wants that fight, I'll call his name. If Joshua Buatsi wants that fight, yeah. So when he's getting interviewed, why don't he just say, I want AY next? Because we both know AY's saying. So it's just getting frustrating now. I think that's the general perspective of everything. So AY's saying yes. AY's saying yes, I want this fight, and we all know AY wants this, yeah. And then and then he's saying to the next man, saying, "Oh, who do you want me to fight?" Being not all like diplomatic and that. But allow that, man. Just say who you want to fight.
This is my point. And Ray, you see what I'm saying? That's why I keep saying it's the fact that we've got our own platform and that we can give a true, clear narrative on the situation is a blessing. And I don't know how much I can say more. I don't really feel Ant needs to say more because then it's like we're chasing you. Hold on. Who's the draw here? Not like you understand, Ray? Who's the draw?
I know. I think it's obviously you've had the bigger fights. It's difficult because it's such a big fight in British fight, sort of, in the fight world. I feel
Say that again, bro.
In the fight world, it's a huge fight. But I feel like
wait. Bobby, right? Get the camera get the record part because we have to clip this part.
It's a big but I thought because the confusing thing is around that O'Hara Davis fight, Shalom came out and was very vocal about wanting to make Yarde through Buatsi, and that's like what, a month ago, if that, what that fight was like.
Yes.
It's like a month ago he was very vocal about that, and now we're in December and it's like there's no word on anything. So it's what was the point of all that talking about?
This is what I'm trying to say. Like again, I'm just reading a comment from Philip Answer. Them AY post-fight interviews that I've seen don't seem like he wants to fight. Bro, come on now.
Nah, did it? AY put something on his own platform. AY put something on his own platform saying, I want to fight next. I want to fight Joshua Buatsi. He said that on his own platform. Tunde reposted on the Stammer for Sale page. He said it in Sky Sports interview, pointed at the camera like Tunde said earlier. I want Joshua Buatsi, you're next. And then, do you know what I mean?
I just feel Rob's gone. I don't know where Rob is. I mean, maybe he got a bit impatient. Rob tried to come back in. because I always like to hear your voice and opinion. There he is. There's Rob. But you know, it's almost as though it's got to a stage now. It's like and I don't mean this disrespectful, and I'm not even for 1 minute saying that we're on that level, but it's turning into a Pacquiao Floyd situation. What you want these guys to be old, yeah, and out of their prime before you actually accept a fight, which is there right now. The fight was there in June. The fight was made for June. Crystal Palace, I'm saying it live on the Fight Is Right. Crystal Palace was supposed to be for Joshua Buatsi and Anthony Yarde. Anthony Yarde versus Anthony. That show was built for us.
What's that? The Richard Riakpo one? The
Richard Riakpo. Crystal. No disrespect. Are you getting the people? No, that was supposed to be the undercard.
Yeah.
The main event was supposed to be us. So I'm like, June, July, August, September. It's like, bro, we got to fight. We got to fight. So that's, I mean, all I can say from my standpoint is that we want the fight, but it's not the only fight. And we cannot continue. I don't know. I don't see what much more we can do. The only clear path I can see now is to the fans, all the people on social media, when they're being fed other fights, they have to say, no, this fight is 5 years in the making.
I don't think, who's Buatsi going to fight, though? Do you
exactly.
think, do you think, my gut might be telling me, like, do you think, I don't know, Shalom's worried about the Sky situation? Because I can't see who would be a good enough fighter that's in that division that Buatsi could fight, who would do numbers in tickets or TV viewing, other than.
But that's the point. Before we go anything, Rob, what's your take on this, please?
Good evening, gents.
Good evening, sir.
I think the fight that all the British fans want to see is Yarde versus Buatsi. You know, it's been in the making for a few years, as you've alluded, and you know, the time is now. The time is now. You know, Buatsi's been a slow burner as a professional. He joined the professional ranks with all this amateur pedigree and investment behind him, but there's patience and there's being a bit too patient.
There you go.
And procrastinating.
There you go.
You know, you need some momentum, Buatsi, and this fight is long overdue. You know, what are you waiting for? And I do wonder if maybe Turki Al Sheikh can make this fight happen, because you know they're both in the prime of their lives.
Yes,
I do, Rob. I hope Turki Al Sheikh does make this happen. However, I do want to see it in Great Britain though, and just because it's a big fight for British fans as well. That's all I'd say on that.
Yeah, the O2. It'd be big at the O2. It'd be big.
I want stadium.
Listen, I mean, we had a stadium. We had Crystal Palace. But, you know, one thing I would say, Rob, Ray, and Bob, is that all of this really has made the fight even bigger. Because the more you keep running away from the fight and fighting other fights, again, we are going to get into a situation which we have now where Rob is clearly saying that enough is enough now. Enough is enough. What are you going to keep doing? Doing the other fights? You say in one breath, if I can't get a world title, I want Yarde. And then you're throwing other names in it. Then Willie Hutchinson all of a sudden comes into play. Now you're umming and ahhing again. So I'm like, my thing is this. People can have an opinion on the fight.
Yeah.
People can have an opinion on the fight. We got Buatsi fans, we got Yarde fans. It's all good. That's what it's about. It's what fighters and trainers like myself, we get geared up for. So that's great. But you also have generational fighters. So it's like, in my opinion, one generation, you have Yarde, Buatsi, Craig Richards, Lyndon Arthur, who's still a good fight. The trilogy, yeah, that's that. I mean, it's 1-1 apiece, regardless of what anyone thinks. So you got Yarde, Buatsi, Craig Richards, Dan Aziz.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you got that generation. You got that generation. Then you got the younger generation. So we know, this generation has to fight. You got to make these fights. I can show you videos like 6 years ago. They're talking about this Yarde fight. Yarde and Buatsi, Buatsi and Yarde, Yarde and Buatsi. So it's like, come on, man. Like, we're waiting for this, Rob. I'm actually waiting. I was talking to a trainer, stroke manager last night. No, this morning actually in the gym. And he's like, bro, what I got for this fight? This is the language he was talking. He was like, what I got for this fight? And I'm like, bro, I don't know what else to do. I just don't know what else to do. Because I've never called out any fighter. AY has never called out any fighter. But the fact that AY went onto Sky platform and called out a man, or never called him out, but said, let's make this fight happen. The fact that AY has now had a fight live on Sky Sports to break the ice. What more can we do?
But there must be a reason Ben Shalom's not making it, because even he was saying in the build-up to that card, the next fight has to be Buatsi versus Yarde. And he was saying that on Sky.
But that's not what we're hearing now. This is what I'm trying to say, bro. That's what we're hearing now. We're hearing another duckaroo job.
That's crazy.
But surely commercially, the Yarde fight does the most numbers. No,
Thank you very much.
Yarde's profile is for Kovalev. He was in fight of the year against Beterbiev. He's well established. He has an exciting style, a big punch. Why would you fight Hutchinson and Dan Aziz and not fight Yarde? Surely it's the biggest fight out there for Buatsi. And ideally, it happens in the UK, but I'm at the stage where I just want to see the fight. So even if it happens in Timbuktu, if the fighters get the most prize money, good luck to them. I just want to watch it on the television. And I don't want to watch it when they're past their best, or I don't want it to be one of those fights that never happens. That would be a tragedy for fight fans in the UK.
This is so good. You know what, Ray? This wasn't even the topic today. This wasn't even the topic, bro. This wasn't even the topic, but it shows how frustrated the fans are getting. The fans are getting frustrated, and I feel like, we want to move on and we want to talk about other things, but it's like, as I said, to be honest with you, if we really think about it, outside Buatsi Yarde, you have the trilogy. There's a story there with Lyndon Arthur. That's a trilogy. That's a fight that we can make. But other than that, and then it's the world title. We ain't going back and fighting what's his name? The kid who just won the British title. Nonsense. Dan Aziz would have been even though that's family, that would have been a good fight for both boys. Because at the end of the day, both boys want to get paid. And again, I did see Daniel say it was said that Buatsi signed part of a deal. Where's the signature? Who told you? No. Where's this contract that was signed?
That was the period where I guess you lot were separating from Frank, but Frank was like, this was before we knew that you lot were going to separate, and Frank was like, their part's done. I'm waiting for Yarde to sign. Ray, and then it all came out. What obviously?
Ray, if you had to fight me, yeah.
Hold
on. Also, JB called out. Yeah. Hold on. What? Okay. When did he call out Yarde on Sky Sports? When did he call?
I don't know about that.
Okay. Listen, and I'm gonna counteract that comment. Yeah. If he called out Yarde on Sky Sports, yeah, and Yarde, and this is after, yeah, and if you remember that interview, he himself said on that Sky Sports day, this is not my style. I don't really like doing this. Yeah, this is what JB said. I don't really like doing this, but they've told me to do this.
Yeah, okay.
Tunde, do you not think... Sorry. Tunde, do you not think that it's not progressed forward because, like, how Ben Shalom likes to... He needs to keep his stable winning, right? Do you know what I mean?
He's talking about...
So Ben Shalom needs to keep Joshua Buatsi winning. Do you know what I mean? So
I don't think so. I think Ben. I personally think Ben is a consummate promoter. He wants to see the best fight. He's trying to bring a new spin into boxing. Remember, he sent his guys over to Saudi. All of them lost.
Yeah. 100%.
So you can't say that Ben Shalom don't want no fights. Ben Shalom is risking all of his stars. Fraser Clark went over there, got done. Jack Massey went over there, got done. Ben Whittaker went over there, got done. That's his stable. Those are his, especially Ben Whittaker. So nobody can blame Ben Shalom. Ben Shalom wants to make big fights. So this is what I'm trying to tell you, that you cannot tell me it's anybody but the fighters.
Well, also,
everyone, go on, Rob.
Sorry, we also know that Buatsi turned down a Bivol opportunity.
There you go.
We know that. That's out there. So that suggests, that he's not shy about turning down the biggest and best opportunities for whatever reason. Now, if his trainer didn't think he was ready, Virgil Hill.
Yes.
Well, when will he be ready?
But this,
he's been active. He's got momentum. He's sorted out his promotional situation. So what is the hold up now?
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I got it like when I got in the corner shop and the man gave me my Snickers. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for that comment.
What's the last thing you heard from Shalom then today on this subject?
Ben wants to make the fight.
So you expect to offer at that point, I'm guessing.
Ben wants to make the fight. And I'm hoping, my fingers are crossed, my toes are crossed, my elbows are crossed, my knees are crossed, everything is crossed. I want to hear good news this week.
I've got a good feeling that you will.
If you, as you say, you watch the show, you watch everything. I've been saying this since February, bro. So it's not. So again, I'm like, I don't want to. It's like if you watch the show, I'm a very spiritual person and I believe in words and everything. It's like I keep calling this brother's name. Why are we calling his name? That's the way I see it. And yes, people can say JB's unbeaten and everything like that. But I'm saying, after being a 2016 Olympic bronze medalist, after being a pro for donkey's years, you still ain't fought for no world title. But yet your compatriots, Joe Cordina, Gala Yafai, beating a world champion last night. Who's the other one? All these boys, they've Lawrence Okoli, all these guys are fought for world titles. And it's not to say that your dream and your destiny will not be fulfilled by winning a world title or being given a world title if Beterbiev is to relinquish his belt after the rematch with Bivol. But what you have to understand, that there are young guns from a different generation ready to take that belt immediately. So you mean you're gonna make them take that belt without fighting Anthony Yarde? Come on, man. Nonsense. What are you gonna do? You're gonna win that and then fight Benavidez. All right, cool. You're gonna win that and fight Morrell. No, you're not. You're gonna win that and fight Bivol. No, you're not. You're gonna win that and fight Beterbiev. When your trainer said, "What do you want my fighter to get killed?" So your trainer said, "Do I want my fighter to get killed?" Meaning Buatsi. But Anthony Yarde went in there. So how dare anyone say Anthony Yarde is ducking a fight?
I don't think anyone thinks Yarde is ducking a fight because he's not that type of fighter. I think the perception it's good.
Daniel J. Boateng said it. He's gonna like man ducking a fight. But I know Daniel J. Boateng is a Ghanaian. Go ahead. Sorry, bro.
No, I don't think anyone's thinks Anthony's ducking the fight because he's a warrior. He'll go toe to toe with anyone. It's just that it's been a messy situation for a while, hasn't it? And it hasn't been clear. And we've seen stuff like Shalom come out and be like, we're going to make it happen. We've seen obviously everything Frank said, but now it's good to hear you clear it up, because I guess everyone just wants to know, like, when's it going to happen? And hopefully, I do think, you know, I'm a music promoter, like, and I think that Shalom as a boxing promoter needs good shows to make money. So I do think there aren't too many that he's got access to other than this really at the moment. So hopefully he's putting all his eggs in this basket for a big Q1 or Q2 of next year, hopefully. Yes,
I mean, personally, my honest opinion is, if the fighters want to fight, they'll fight. Nobody's saying it's not going to be a great fight. It's the reason why everybody wants to watch it. But I think everyone has to, you know, bang their heads together. But all I wanted to clear is that there's no stumbling block on our side. There's no stumbling block on our side. Go on, Rob.
I mean, look at the evidence. You don't fight Kovalev in Russia when the opportunity comes up. You don't fight Beterbiev, unbeaten beast, who's got a 100% KO ratio when the opportunity comes up. And this on the back of very little amateur experience. So you don't take those fights and duck Joshua Buatsi. And at the end of the day, Buatsi is yet to live up to his potential. Based on his Olympic pedigree, he hasn't fulfilled that potential as a professional yet.
And it doesn't mean...
I don't know what we're waiting for here.
I don't mean it, and it doesn't mean he's not going to fulfill his potential. Listen, boxing, I'm not silly. Boxing, it's a sport where, you know, at the top level, you know, everybody's got a chance because they put their heart and soul into the sport. And I just feel like, as you've said, Rob, the time is now to make the big fight. And there really is, you know, I can do all the shouting, which I don't want to be doing when it comes to the fight. Yeah. I just feel like there's no stumbling block on our side. There's no stumbling block on our side. And I think, Rob, the way you've made it clear today, I think it's clear for everybody to see, for the fans to see. Ray, I think everyone can see that the people who really have the true power on this fight are the fans.
It sounds like Shalom has got the power, to be honest, because he's announced that he's got a clear line into Turkey. He's got the Buatsi contract. He's got really, and you've spoken to him directly and said we're up for it. So there isn't really any other promoter. He's got a TV deal as well. So what else do you need to really make that fight?
And Joseph Frimpong, nobody needs to ask if you're Ghanaian. Nobody needs to ask if you're Ghanaian. So just like Daniel J. Boateng, no one needs to ask if you're Ghanaian. I've said over and over again, it's not. I mean, ducking is a strong word. Yeah, ducking is a strong word.
At that level as well, yeah.
At that level. You understand what I'm saying? Come on, man. Joshua Buatsi can fight. Joshua Buatsi, and you know, but what I'm trying to say is, if a fighter really wants a fight, if a fighter, and this is what it all boils down to, if the fighter wanna, like, I've never heard Anthony Yarde say, "Unks, come. This thing is long now. I want this." You understand what I'm saying? He's like, what's going on? Like, it's like I'm being questioned. Am I not doing my job?
Well, you know what? Today it reminds me of Groves versus the Girl, and I saw them do an interview where they said once, I think Groves' girlfriend bumped into the Girl in Westfield, and then he got his girlfriend to put the Girl on the phone, and they hashed out a fight. Like on the phone. The fight actually never happened, but they did initially hash out the second fight on the phone. I'm thinking, can that not happen between like your camp and Buatsi's camp, where you just go for like a coffee or whatever, you know?
I believe that's happened.
Okay.
That's happened. This is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
It's happened already.
Okay.
This is what I'm trying to say. And it's what I keep telling people, just because the guy, because if someone is your friend and they're telling you they want something, it don't mean they want it. It don't mean they want it. Because it's like I said to my friend the other day. A man will be out with his friend and say, yeah, he's going home, and then he's going to link a girl. He's going to link a girl. He's lying to you. He's lying to you. It's a lie. He's just saying that to make you feel like your question has been answered. So I'm saying, like, I don't want to really call nobody a liar, because again, lying is a strong word. What I'm saying is that I feel that now is a time to drum this up, because, you know, obviously you got to have a period of negotiation, you got to have a period of camp preparation, but this fight can be made big. This fight can be made big, and you know, if you, I mean, listen, at Sinclair, now I know Sinclair. I've not really engaged in Sinclair's ever. I'm like, bro, I don't know who you think you're talking to, because I'm not on the level you think that you can talk to me. Like, I'm not. But I'm like, cool. If you wanna start a Pat Barrett thing, let's go. Because I'm a fighter. I'm a trainer, a manager, but I'm also a fighter. And I will defend my turf as much. And that's all excitement for the fans.
Yeah.
So if your boy don't want to go at it, come, you will bring out the Peckham in me. You'll bring out the Peckham in me, and we will jazz up the fight. We'll make the fight real before the two boys get in there and settle it. If that's where you want to go, but make sure you know what you're doing, because I'm not starting nothing. If you want to continue to call my name and continue to go on platforms and kind of ridiculing me when I've not said nothing about you, then it's fine. I will show you what year I was born. As my dad was saying.
Why is he doing all that? Why is he doing
that? He just wants to be known. It's fine. I know you want to be famous, but I'm not the guy you tried to get your stripes from. Because believe me, I can talk, bro. I can talk. I can shout. I'm Nigerian. We love to argue. You get what I'm saying? So, but to me, it's all entertainment. And you know, as I think it was Regis Prograis said, and Floyd Mayweather has said it, you do what you do to get the non-boxing fans interested in the fight.
100%.
And I feel that there is no better propagator than myself to hype in fights. I've done it with the Kovalev fight. I've told them, what are you talking about? We are the A side. In the Kovalev, we're fighting a Ring Magazine, 2-time Ring Magazine fight of the year. The person I represented has 12 amateur fights, but I'm going to Russia in their face, Celia Binks, and telling them, bro, I don't care about all of that. So I know how to hype fights. But I'm saying this is actually a fight where it's not a Kovalev Yarde situation where Yarde on the world scene may not have been known other than the UK scene. I'm saying this is a UK fight that everyone knows about. Everybody knows about. The fight actually has been sold already.
Yeah.
Hence why we are having a discussion about it when we had no intentions of talking about Yarde Buatsi today.
100%. I've got to run, but I wanted to ask you one more question today. Before I run, like, obviously seeing like O'Hara and Azim and Anthony on the last card, I didn't even know that they all came through your gym. So I just wanted to ask, like, you know, what was that like, having them all in the gym when they were kids? You know, what's the politics of them moving on? Like, because just to understand more about how it works, because you hear about fighters going from, especially when they're young, from gym to gym to gym. And stuff like
you know, this one here, like, I don't want man to think I'm some I'm a fairy, and like, because you start getting all emotional, bro, come in my face with that emotional thing, I'll thump you in, I'll give you a left foot right, okay, you'll see that I'm not no softie. You understand? I'm not a softie. But I must say, my heart was filled with joy, because to see 3 young men who were once younger, I mean, and O'Hara was like 18, 19 those days, you know, which is still very young. But to see Adam, Azim, You know, his brother was there, Adam and Hassan, who have trained since 8 years old and 10 years old. To actually see 3 young men at the same time on a universal platform, knowing that you helped contribute and assisted these young men, taught them the foundational work of boxing, and now being able to showcase their skills all on the same day. You know, one was the main event and the other was the co-main event.
Yeah.
It was just something that I said to myself, you see, this is what true sacrifice is when you come from a particular environment. And this is why I never take excuses. When you come from a particular environment, an environment which is quote unquote not so good, you know, you haven't got the great start, you know, you're around people that are so-called negative, that you can make something of yourself. You know, and I think the onus is on us as parents, the onus is on us as individuals to be what we want to see. And I've always in my life, even when I was on road, and my guys, Kevin Lovelace, Stegan Fisher, Otis Reddings, all these guys can bear witness that I've always been that leader type, the one who wanted to lead by example. And, you know, that came from the discipline, that came from, you know, getting someone like AY in the gym at 5 a.m. when he was still an amateur. That came from taking O'Hara, Anthony and Junior Benjamin to Las Vegas, letting them experience what professional boxing is, seeing Floyd Mayweather living in the house with my friend Bill Haney, you know, taking them, all of these boys, letting them see this experience before they actually got there. And so to go to bed at night, dream and visualize that one day you will be on that platform, to actually see it come to fruition, bro, my heart, I was like, nah. Bro, that's why O'Hara said, you see that man at the back? Because I was at the back, bro.
Yeah, so
I was at the back of the thing. Yeah, sorry, I'm talking nonsense again. Yeah, I was at the back of the event, and I had my hands crossed, and I was sitting next to my business partner, the lawyer, and O'Hara said, you see that man at the back of the audience? That man, none of us will be sitting here if not for that man. Do you know how that made me feel? I don't think there's a mad person on earth that will ever know how that made me feel. And AY, as I came out of the venue, Anthony Yarde gave me the biggest hug, yeah? And he said, Unks, I told you. See, before, and I know Ant will be like, what are you telling them? But it's emotional. He was like, I told you. You're trying to make these brothers see the kind of person you are. But because you've just stepped back now, you know, everyone can see now. Now you're getting the flowers. And it ain't about money. It ain't about money, because these boys are the ones driving up in hot cars to press conferences.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So the mantra which I've always lived by, which is givers gain, has actually come to fruition. I've gained in another way by seeing all these young men become successful and just live their dream. You know, because what is life but a game? It's a game. It's a game. We're all playing a game, and no one actually knows how you win. We're all just trying from our different perspective. We're looking at life from different perspective. Everybody thinks they're right, but nobody actually knows if they are right. And that's life. That's the journey. And I feel that what I kind of instilled in these young men, Adam Azim's dad come up to me and said, Adam would be nothing if not for you.
What's the ceiling for Adam? Like, when you watch him now, where do you think he could get to, where based on where he's at now? Yeah.
Adam Azim has the potential to be what AY is and can continue to be, what O'Hara ultimately could have been, but was, because he came from nothing and made something. But because I had Adam Azim at such a young age, yeah, and for him to be able to computate, you know, everyone knows about my system of boxing. It's a mental system of boxing, and
You seem very intelligent.
It's cerebral. Many people have said I'm 20 years ahead of the game, and I probably get the recognition way after I've gone. But because he was able to computate, memorize, and deliver the combinations which I was putting to him at such a young age, I predicted that this young man could be anything. He could be anything great in the sport of boxing. And I feel that it's, you know, again, the foundational part of any athlete's career is always the key part. And I don't care who's training him today. And Adam Azim said to me, Unks, the pull counters, the check left hooks, it's me that put that in. Yeah. And again, I could go to sleep, die a poor man. That's in my heart, that's in my conscience, that's positive. And so I'm always gonna have this feeling of achievement because of how far, do you know how beautiful Anthony Yarde is as a human being?
Yeah, I met him once. He's a blessed guy.
This brother Anthony Yarde, I'm telling you, everyone on the fight is right. And this is why I get angry at the boxing, even though I know this thing is a game. I'm like, bro, do you know this boy is just a warrior? Do you know this young man is just ready to fight? Do you know, man, this young, you know how hard it is to trust another individual other than yourself in today's day, in today's age? And despite the haters, despite the people that have tried to come between us, AY has made a decision to stick with the man that has helped him, because I've helped him, but I always say to him, he's helped me more than I've helped him. And that's always going to be up for debate our whole career. But I'm standing on my business. I've learned more from that young man than I have from most seniors in my life, you know? And so, again, I mean, I've elongated, and I knew I was going to do this because it is an emotional answer to a question which really is simple. It made me feel, and that feeling, that moment in time, that day, that press conference, it's going to live with me forever, bro. It's going to live. It shows me that loyalty is more than money, gold, silver, and diamonds. Loyalty to the individual. Because you know what? If you're not loyal to people that you came up with, if you're not loyal to your family, then, bro, don't be surprised when someone stabs you in your back.
Yeah, facts.
Don't be surprised when you get stabbed in your back, because you are saying that you've not been loyal to the people that you started with. See? Because why? Another offer for an extra few quid came along. Cool. Take that money. You know this thing's serious. Take that money. You see what happened. I mean, history shows you the greatest fighters in the world: Muhammad Ali, Angelo Dundee, Manny Pacquiao, Freddie Roach, Floyd Mayweather, the Mayweathers, Shane Mosley. As soon as you leave your dad, you see your career was never the same. The list goes on and on. Mike Tyson, Customato. The list goes. Loyalty is royalty in boxing. Loyalty is the thing. Ricky Hatton, Billy Graham. What happened? Regardless of the outside problem, what happened when that bond was broken? Ricky Hatton and Billy Graham.
Enzo.
Say again?
Joe Calzaghe, Enzo.
Joe Calzaghe, Enzo.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Joe Calzaghe never lost a fight with his dad in his corner. The amateur fights he lost, his dad was in the corner.
Yeah.
So you see, so there's a intrinsic link and bond and strength that is formed when you are with the people, when you grow up. That's the beauty of it. And we have to admit, that we seldom see this in boxing. But it's always the same reason why. Because, well, most times the same reason why because it's money. It's money. Money is always the thing that ruins relationships, ruins marriages, ruins friendships. And that's why I keep saying that I don't have no problem with Frank Warren. I've never had no problem. I say it no matter who I'm working with. Frank Warren is my guy. He's the guy that even got my son certain things outside of boxing. So why would I now start disrespecting a man because of one business deal? You know how many business deals go wrong every day?
Yeah. Facts. It's true.
You understand what I'm saying? So again, sometimes I feel like, bro, why are you man all picking on us? Like, why, like, you know, we lose a fight, get rid of this trainer. But hold on, they lose a fight, the trainer's keeping his job.
Yeah. It's just the way it happened was messy. I don't think anyone's picking. I think everyone loves you, loves Yarde. Probably more than Buatsi, because we've seen Yarde in tougher fights. We've got that emotional connection, and he's a warrior. And I think people just want to see the fight. And obviously, when Frank's over there saying XYZ, it was confusing as to what's happened. But you know, you've cleared it up, which we appreciate. And
I think Frank is the don. Frank is the GOAT. Frank is the godfather of British boxing. Frank's the godfather of British boxing. I'll never not say that. I will never, regardless of what has been said about me, I don't think there's been too much. My name, because Frank knows, there's not too much of my name been mentioned, other than, you know, oh, he's being advised or this, you know. That was it. Yeah. But Frank knows I would never say his name in any disrespectful manner or way, because I always used to say to Frank, I said, bro, because I'm not a person who goes out. The wisdom that I get from you is next to the wisdom that I get from my dad. And that's facts. Because I understand boxing is just a sport. Frank's got family. Frank's got children. So, bro, why would I start going disrespecting a man? Because the kids are going to come for me. You get what I'm saying? The kids are going to be like, that Tunde. So I'm not on that. I'm not on that. All I understand is this is boxing. This is boxing. I can only talk about my story, my journey, 100%. What I've done, how it's made me feel, which is what you're answering. And I'm saying Anthony Yarde, O'Hara Davis, who has announced his retirement, who's another kid, another young man that has got so much potential to do so many other things. He's such an intelligent man. And I saw this, you know, this majesty in O'Hara way before anyone said. O'Hara played that role. That was never O'Hara. All that way he played that role. I know him because I'm with him every day, just like I'm telling Adam Smith. I'm with AY every day. You can't tell me about what AY wants. Well, I'm talking to the man, I'm running around every day. So O'Hara can do much more. Adam Azim, my goodness gracious me. That boy, you know, the right teaching, the right guiding, the right fights at the right time. I've told Ben Shalom, you got a superstar.
Amazing. Well, I'm gonna leave you guys to it. Thanks, Tunde. I appreciate your time, bro. And you know, I believe this fight's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Fans are gonna see it next year, and I think there'll be a trilogy. I hope there'll be a trilogy anyway. But yeah, bro, I'm believing, bro.
Trilogy what?
Of you and of Buatsi and Yarde. I think there'll be.
Okay. We gotta have one fight first, mate.
Huh?
We gotta have one fight first, mate.
Well, I think Shalom will make it happen. I think he needs to make it happen.
We got the trilogy with Arthur. That's gonna happen. That's gotta happen. The trilogy with Arthur. Boxing can't just done 1-1. It don't work like that. You got to do the 3, and then
it's got to come after Buatsi, man. It's got to come after Buatsi.
It will. I mean, listen. I'm even more confident after today's show and the fact that we've totally just sidetracked what we were here to talk about, and the frustration of the fans have brought about a conversation which we know we need to talk about. We need to talk about this. We need to talk about the fight that everyone has been talking about for years. Let's get it on. Let's not wait till everybody's old and a step slower. And, you know, obviously the world, you know, I guess the world title is what every fighter, well, I say every fighter, but I know that's not true. Every fighter doesn't want to fight for a world title. Some man is just comfortable with a southern area. Some man's just comfortable winning 2 fights and telling the gal that they're professional boxers. so not everybody has the same ambition. But I do believe Joshua Buatsi has the ambition to be a world champion. But if the fight is not there, which is not, then what are we waiting for? That's how I see it.
It will happen, boys. All right, have a good night. Yeah, take it easy.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Ray. Appreciate it. Bob, we had a fantastic fight last night. Give me what I want to know is, let's talk about Sonny first before we go on to the main man, Gala. Sonny, after the first round or second round, went back to his corner and said, "Mate, you want to be honest with you? You want me to be honest with you? I don't even want to be here, mate."
Tunde, I've got a question.
What was your initial thoughts on that?
Sorry, Tunde, I've got a question for you. You know, if one of your fighters said that to you, how would you react?
I say to him, "I don't want to be here as well. Come, let's go home." I said, "Bro, let's bounce. What are you talking about? You don't want to be here?" I'll be like, hold on, mate. You're telling me now that you don't want to be here. You've had 6-8 weeks to tell me that you don't want to be here, and now you waited till you got the eye of the okra, which is what I was calling it, the eye of the okra, because Gala Yafai last night had the eye of the okra. Yeah, some people will know what I'm talking about. But you waited to the first 3 minutes getting pounded, to go back to your corner to say, "I don't want to be here." That don't make no sense.
Yeah, me personally, I think that fight with Bam Rodriguez, who's a brilliant fighter, by the way, I think that's it did take a lot out of him. You know, do you know what I mean? His belief to, because he was a world champion. You know, he was really so good in it. Like, he's talented, super talented. But I do think that Rodriguez fight took the wind out of him. And then, and like you said, he had a great fight. His comeback fighter. So, but yeah, I don't think he just. I just don't think he wanted.
Do you agree with that, Rob? Would you say that? Would you say that the Rodriguez fight really, put a big dent in Sonny?
I've got a different take on the Sonny situation. Personally, I liked the brutal honesty from Sonny Edwards in the corner, the frankness and the openness. And in Sonny's defense, although he uttered those words, he didn't throw in the towel, he didn't quit, he didn't go down. The referee stopped it, but Sonny, despite not wanting to be there, showed the stomach and the heart and the cojones to stay in there. And he did the best he could last night, in my view. And he said afterwards that he now realizes that he spent the last 4 or 5 months trying to convince himself that he still has it, that he's still in it. So maybe in some cases you only really find out when you're under those lights.
That's true.
Because he may have felt in preparation on the night, the adrenaline's gonna get me where I need to be. The crowd, the pressure. It's fight week, it's fight night. I'm on live TV, and that's gonna make me raise my game to where I need to be competitive at this level. So he's been having a battle with himself. I think there's been a conflict there. Have I still got it? Haven't I? But also lifestyle, and how dedicated are you? He's a smoker. He himself.
Yeah, I was shocked to hear that.
Yeah. And he himself has mentioned the weed. And then there's your priorities change in life, don't you? When you have children, family, outside investments, businesses outside of boxing, and then you've got injuries, ankle injuries, wrist injuries. I think the Bam Rodriguez fight is relevant, but he showed in the past he's been something of a chess player in the ring, a defensive genius, on the back foot, very difficult to hit, not a big puncher, but very skillful. But against Rodriguez, he showed the warrior spirit as well, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
And there's no quitting Sonny Edwards. So although he said those words in the corner, I do have a different take on it. And I admire the post-fight interview in the ring. I just find the authenticity refreshing in this sport from Sonny Edwards. I think he's very articulate as well. You know, he's great on the punditry. And I just think he was just being honest with himself and honest with those around him. And the pep talk from the trainer kept him in there for a few more rounds. And he said afterwards, a bit down on the gum shield for my trainer because I didn't want it to look bad on the trainer on this big occasion that his fighter quit. And he didn't quit. And credit to Yafai, what a dominant performance it was. I mean, he's going to go places, really. He's got an exciting future. And you know what? Maybe Rob McCracken did see something all those years ago.
Definitely did. Definitely, I said it. There's no way you're putting in an 8-fight novice in with a former world champion who defended his belt 4 times, who had 22 fights, unless you know something. And I said it in pre-fight, as that I feel that these guys know something that we don't know, because the fight has never made no sense to me. And obviously, coupled with the fact what Sonny is saying, and the fact that he's a little ganja man. Bobby, the brother's a ganja man. But Sonny was a ganja man since the age of 14. I didn't even know this until yesterday after the fight. Really, and I'm urging boxers, do not follow Sonny Edwards' ganja behavior, because just because he does it, don't mean you could do it. And this is what I'm saying. There's always an exception to a rule. And it's just like Ricky Hatton and him drinking Guinness and blowing up in between fights. Don't try it. Don't try it. That's Ricky Hatton's what do you call it? USB or UPS or whatever. Unique selling point. His USP. He can do it, but you can't do it. Don't try it. So, you know, be disciplined as much as you can. Don't think that you can bun weed for 10 years or 14 years if he started smoking at 14 and he's 28 now, and become a world champion and defend the belt 4 times and going against 2, potentially 1, definitely a pound for pound great in Jesse Bam Rodriguez. And I would have to say, after last night's performance, a definite world champion in Gala Yafai. Definite. Bob, did you see the undercard fight with Gavin Gwynn and Cameron Vaughn?
No, I missed the Gwynn one. I saw the Conor Walker against Lewis Ritson. That was a good
oh
fight.
My goodness gracious me, that fight. Because that's where the commentary started, because I had no intention on doing the commentary, but it was such an exciting fight. Hats off to Conor Walker and you know, Lewis Ritson, who's been around as long as that, but O'Hara stopped Lewis Ritson.
Yeah. But there was a time where Lewis Ritson was knocking loads of people out, wasn't he?
Yeah, remember.
Yeah, he was a good fight, really good fight. And then he took a loss against the French lad. Was it Panina?
Yeah, they put him in.
And then from there, after he got that loss, he sort of just went downhill a little bit. I don't know if he lives I don't know if he lives like you know how I would like. He's back in the gym, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? He's back in the gym, working hard. I don't know if some of these, like, if they do get a loss or what, like, do they have months and months and months and months off? I don't know. But at one time,
it just depends on the athlete. I heard Chris Smith say he's heating up nicely from the Ramirez fight. He's ready to get back in the gym. And I remember the night of the fight, I said, knowing Chris, it'll just heal up and get straight. You have athletes like that, you know, the guys, and I believe that that's how you should be as an athlete. I know they do say, you know, and I've seen it also with myself with Anthony Yarde, that the brain does need to rest. You know, your body could be willing, you could be going in there 7 days a week, but there comes a point where you have to just mentally unwind. And for dedicated boxers in particular, I feel like those are the ones who really benefit from a few weeks at the gym, because it's a craft, isn't it? You only get, it's like any craft, you only get better if you do it every day. And I don't feel, I've never understood why boxers think any different. You know, footballers do it. You don't play 90 minutes and then have a month off to chill out. You're back on nowadays. You're back on the ground the next day.
Yeah.
The top boys, you know, doing stretches and exercises and stuff. So we know that boxing is like so draconic and so far behind, but we're getting better. But I just don't advise any professional to be taking a month out the gym and all of that. That's all nonsense. That's all nonsense. Go to the army. You're in the army, Bob. Yeah. So does that happen in the army? Like what they do? Like,
nah, if you get injured, touch wood. I'm okay. Like, you know, I've been quite lucky with my career, but if you get injured, it's like straight into rehabilitation. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then you monitor that injury, but you're still training around that injury. Do you know what I mean? So it's all about getting back in, you know, back on the road, start working hard, and that's what you got to do. And it's like anything. If you hurt something, like say in a fight, you hurt yourself. I get what you're saying. You need to rest. You do.
Yes.
But then,
well,
but there's a fine balance between rest and too much time off, isn't there?
Yes. Rob, I just want to get your take because again, you are one of the guys that's been with us for long from the jump, and I just love the way you articulate and you know put your point across. I really wanted going back a few weeks. What was your whole take on the Mike Tyson Jake Paul situation?
Well, where do I start? I mean, you know, I have such reverence for Mike Tyson and the Mike Tyson in his actual boxing career. You know, youngest ever heavyweight champion. He was ferocious, and it wasn't just brute force. He was very hard to hit. The peekaboo style from Cus D'Amato, the combination punches, the body punches, the footwork, you know. So on the one hand, you know, the worst thing for me would have been if Jake Paul had knocked out a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. So I'm glad we didn't witness that.
I think that's why he bit his glove. He was biting his glove so much because that was the signal. If you try to knock me out, I got man around the corner ready to kidnap you and beat you up.
Yeah.
But you know, an interesting thing, because obviously Anthony's a great Mike Tyson fan. There's nothing you can say. Even I was trying to crack little jokes about Mike Tyson when he was in Jamaica. And he was like, bro, I'm not even listening to your voice note. If you say anything negative about Mike, bro, I'm not on it. So, but my aunt was telling me in the gym the other day that the bat in the glove actually came from Cus. Was you aware of that?
No.
Yeah, you see, because my aunt knows everything. So basically, Mike Tyson was taught through customer to bat the glove, which reminded him to keep his hands up. And I was like, oh, but it's like you've never seen it. Like if you go watch my early days, it wasn't so pronounced as it was the other day. But it just goes to show you that subconsciously, when something is imprinted in the mind, it never leaves you. And that's what I found so fascinating. That Mike actually, you know, recalled on stuff he learned from Cus, the great Cus, that bite down on the glove and keep his hands up. And when I went back and watched a couple of Mike fights, I said, hey, it's actually the truth. So all those people that listened to me that said it was a signal, for Jake Paul not to knock out Mike. Nah, the Yard put me straight. He told me what it was about. So I found that very fascinating.
And personally, I'm not a fan of these YouTube fights because they're not real fights, are they? I mean, let's be honest. Even the Mike Tyson, Roy Jones was an exhibition. Yes. And really, it was a glorified body spar. So I can't see the point in these events. Obviously, the point is money.
Yes.
You know, it's commercial. The value is huge globally. And everyone laughs all the way to the bank. But these naive people out there that actually think they're going to watch a proper fight or they see a 58-year-old Mike Tyson on a 10-second Instagram ad session,
yeah,
and they think he's going to rekindle the '86 Tyson who dethroned Trevor Berbick.
No,
You
no,
know,
but I'm not gonna lie.
these
I
people
was trying. It was creeping on me though. It's actually creeping on me. But I was like, nah, this is good. You know, even when I went on the tools, I was like, it's got to be like they've got to plan this. There's no way. But actually, it was so interesting to hear that people were actually betting that people actually lost millions on bets that Mike was gonna win the fight.
More fools then. Do you know what I mean? Like when he fought Kevin McBride, was it Kevin McBride his last fight?
Kevin McBride, yes.
He didn't want to be there. He knew he had a great career then, and it was time to walk away. What was he going to do at 58? Even though I would like to meet him in an alley, don't get me wrong, but like, what's he going to do at 58 to a young lad who's I'm not big in Jake Paul, like I'm telling you now, I'm not bigging him up whatsoever. But as the age is a massive thing, do you know what I mean? Like, as stuff that I'm a bit older now, I can't do what I can't run as fast as a young 19, 21-year-old lad in the army. I can't do that. I can, but I'm in agony afterwards. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but would you?
I don't know.
Sorry, Bob.
That's all right. Sorry.
No, I was saying, isn't there a question of looking at it from the perspective that, listen, he's got a family. Someone's going to pay him 20 or 30 million. That's school fees. Is it, you know, can we look at it in the sense that Mike's actually not being selfish? He's actually thinking about, you know, people talking about the legacy and what have you, but it actually probably has secured a lot of future for his family by that fight. And I don't know.
Yeah,
health's worth more than wealth, though, isn't it? Sometimes, do you know what I mean? I'll get what you're saying, Ton, but
it's mad, isn't it?
He's a 58-year-old man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
58, and if he wants to be there for his family, be there for your family. I can't speak for Mike Tyson. You know, the man's a legend, and I'm not saying that, but he's a 58-year-old man. He wants to. You should be there for your grandchildren. You should be, you know, and he is. I'm not saying he isn't, but taking risks like that, and granted it was for £20 million, as it's been reported on, but your wealth's more important, surely.
Definitely, and he definitely could have been injured in the fight, even if it's an exhibition. I keep saying this: when you're taking a punch to the head in small gloves, anything can happen in boxing. Even a planned exhibition, something can happen, and there definitely was dangers of the fight. But the reason why I always said, people to this day are telling me it was a real fight, but I'm like, bro, how can a commission sanction a 58-year-old guy against a young kid? Money, yeah, but you know, I don't know, Rob.
It makes a mockery of boxing. It seems the Texas Commission will license anybody. You know, I mean, I don't pity Mike Tyson, because at the end of the day, he's had a very successful day at the office. $20 million in the bank. He's still got his faculties. His health intact. He went to distance.
I don't know. He puts around with no trousers on nowadays. You know what I
mean? I'm glad Jake Paul, didn't go for the kill, go for the knockout.
Yes.
But Father Time is undefeated. People have got to understand. I think people were intoxicated on nostalgia. You know, but Father Time is undefeated. And that's what beat Mike Tyson. Jake Paul didn't beat Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's age beat Mike Tyson. And I would rather see less of these farcical circus events and more actual fights, proper boxing, because we're not getting proper fights. These events are glorified sparring matches.
Yes.
You know, and people are pulling their punches, and there's gentlemen's agreements, and we're not privy to the small print in the contract. So I find they're a waste of time, really. And Yeah, we got carried away on the Mike Tyson train, watching those short training clips. But I make the distinction between being a socially fit person and somebody who's fighting fit. You know, Mike Tyson's physique for a 58-year-old man is awesome. He's a powerful, dangerous man. He looks incredible. But it doesn't mean he belongs in a professional boxing ring at that age.
Yeah.
However good he looks.
I'm not gonna lie though, his body may have looked younger than what it was, but you can see wear and tear on his face. He looked old when he was walking to that ring. He tripped up on the way to the ring. Like he definitely looked old. He's Mike's been through the wars. But yeah, fair play to him. Ryan Garcia has announced he's having an exhibition. I don't know what our thoughts are on that. I'm gonna finish on this point. Ryan Garcia is coming back, although failing a drugs test, having his victory taken away from him against Devin the Dream Haney. He's now having an exhibition against the guy who fought Manny Pacquiao last, despite being on a ban to next year, April. Now, doesn't that make mockery of the sport, of the fact that you've cheated? You've clearly cheated in a professional boxing match, which has endangered or did endanger another athlete's life. And now you can say, all right, cool, you caught me, but I'm going to go elsewhere and have an exhibition match and earn millions of pounds.
Well, boxing's like the Wild West, isn't it? You know, there's a lack of a universal body who actually governs the sport. You know, and we see this with failed drugs tests, don't we? And lawyers.
Oh, wow. Another topic.
Lawyers circumnavigating strict liability and accountability. You know, in certain situations where money talks and BS walks. You know, it does make a mockery of the sport. Some people think Ryan Garcia is innocent, you know, and some, you know, like it's like there's been fighters recently, Conor Benn, Dillian White, that have been cleared, but not everyone's singing from the same hymn sheet because the NADP say a fighter's cleared, but the British Boxing Board of Control don't seem to be in agreement, or UCAD aren't happy with the NADP's verdict. Dillian White is allegedly cleared, but he's fighting in Gibraltar or Ireland.
Wow.
So it does make a mockery. Yeah, we need a body who actually governs the sport, a body that's actually got some teeth, where strict liability can't be circumnavigated.
Yes.
And accountability is the name of the game. And it should be safety over money, not money over morals. But it seems if you've got the right amount of money in the bank, you can pay for lawyers that can get you off on technicalities and legal loopholes. As a boxing fan, I'm frustrated that although Conor Benn is cleared, we still don't have an explanation. The fans, the paying public, the people that buy fight tickets, pay for DAZN, Sky Sports, subscriptions, pay-per-views. You've been telling us he is innocent for 2 years, but you won't tell us why. And in response to Frank Smith's interview on Stomping Ground, he basically says, listen, Conor Benn is not going to release the decision reasoning, because what would it mean to Joe Public? We're not scientists. It's going to be beyond fight fans' comprehension, this 270-page dossier proving Conor Benn's innocence. They wouldn't understand. They're not scientists. I say to Frank, forget the 270-page dossier, but we want to know, was it food contamination, lab contamination? Did he win it on strict liability or something else? Just tell us why he's innocent. The fact that Conor Benn will not give permission for the NADP to publish their decision reasoning speaks volumes, in my view. There's a cover-up, and the whole thing is still shrouded in secrecy. If you've nothing to hide, what are you hiding?
Well,
I think many fans like me, many boxing fans like me, we just want to know: was it one on was it one on jurisdiction? Because we can't take Eddie Hearn's word for that. We can't take Eddie Hearn's word for this.
I'll be honest with you. I don't even know who won the American election the other day, but I don't know. I know it's a wild west in this thing. It's more complicated that I want to know about. From what we understand is they're trying to make the Conor Benn Eubank fight. I think they're just negotiating at the moment. Eubank is saying that if he can't get us what he wants, he's going to fight Lara, which, I mean, I spoke to Eubank's kind of like manager. He seems to think it's a comfortable fight, but I think it's a dangerous fight. I didn't tell him that. He's hearing it now because I know my man is definitely listening. But bro, that's a dangerous fight. I'm just being honest with you. That ain't no bro. Lara, I don't care how old he is. Israelde Lara is a hard fight. The guy beat Canelo. The guy's 40 years old. I feel that's made it more dangerous because now he's not running around all the place. He's more flat-footed, and I think he's stopped I think he's got stoppage. Obviously, he just stopped Danny Garcia, but it's not an easy world title option for a world title.
Yeah, Conor Benn's supposed to be fighting Barros. Is it Barros?
And Conor Benn supposedly, but listen, it's all talk. Again, I think is even that is all this is great negotiating because we're talking about both individuals, and it just makes the fight bigger. In as much way as us talking about Yarde Buatsi is making the fight bigger and people want the fight even more. So it's all part of the game. And let's hope we get the fights regardless of what's happening in between. Guys, it has been an absolute pleasure to have both of you on, listening to your thoughts and everything. And as someone said in the comments, I think it's brilliant that we chop it up like this from time to time. So there's always a silver cloud in the light. What they call it? What they say, Rob?
Every cloud has a silver lining.
Every cloud has a silver lining, and I believe that was more than evident this evening with Ray. Thank you for coming on, Ray. With yourself, Bobby Wright, the one and only Bobby Wright. See, we're putting a face to the names that I always keep on bigging up now. And Rob, you don't always hear me keep on bigging up Rob because they are just low supporters of the channel. And I thank you so much again for taking your time out, both of you, and joining me this evening. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will end the show with the magical words of...
Let me spend this bit.
Say that again?
Let me do the old coming up.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna say dream it, believe it, and then Rob, you say become it, yeah, and then Bob, you say coming up. So let us end the show in the magical words of dream it, believe it,
become it.
Come on up. Come
on up, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week. We'll keep you up to date. If there's a big fight, we'll do the watch along. We'll do that. Other than that, next week, Sunday, same time, same channel, same place. Please like, subscribe, keep watching. Love.
Good night. Thank you.